So today's agenda is we'll quickly walk through what is the Fusion applications, what is the Oracle Fusion application architecture, and what are the various cloud deployment options, and what is the difference between SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. So we're going to cover these four topics today. Right. So what is the Fusion applications? So Fusion applications can be best described as something built on open standards based platform. When I say open standards based platform, is basically it's a combination of a multiple technology components on which Fusion applications were built. When I say multiple technology components, most of these components are open standards based platform. It means we could able to create any application, and we could able to reuse the work what we have done over any of these components. Some of the components to mention here: Oracle SOA, Oracle Service Oriented Architecture, where we could able to build the process flows or workflows seamlessly. And we have Ablogic Server, typically where we could able to deploy any of our Java applications, a custom Java applications or extensions to the Fusion applications. And the JDeveloper, it's a tool where you could able to create your Fusion application components framework. Can be a Java application, or we can be your Oracle SOA application, or can be your scheduler application. You can do many more things using JDeveloper. It's a free tool. You can do Oracle. And OBIE is Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise Edition, where you can use that OBIE tool for the reporting, enterprise reporting purpose. And Web Center Portal, where you could able to create your internet sites, intranet sites, or external sites, or micro sites. You can able to create your websites across the organization using Web Center Portal. Web Center Content is nothing but a kind of content management system, digital content, managing your organization digital content across the applications. And Enterprise Manager, nothing but which will typically make all these systems are connecting together and working together and talking together without any interruption, without any problems, basically. And identity management is a kind of creating a user till to the terminating the user, providing the accesses, roles, and many more things. So basically, all this open standard based platform, you can use any of this platform to create any of the application and use the application for our organization purpose. The main use of this basically enables a quick configuration of user interfaces, business objects, processes, and business logic, basically. And most of the time, you can reuse the systems and technologies, and very easy to manage the applications. Basically, this platform really made Fusion so unique. We can use the Fusion architecture to maintain any of your enterprise applications and custom applications. That's a standards-based platform. Coming to the built-on best business processes, what does it mean? So Oracle traditionally has Oracle E-Business Suite, and it bought PeopleSoft. It has JD Edwards, Siebel, Oracle On Demand. What are the best features that are available across all these applications? Oracle got all those together and incorporated into the Fusion applications. So Fusion application doesn't mean it's a replication of E-Business Suite, but it is a combination of all these applications together, combination of the best of the business processes in all these applications together, and they build the Fusion application. That is the reason Fusion applications are again so popular, and they are being used very much widely in the industry today. And third and most important thing, I will take up the questions. at the end of the session. So for the sake of recording, I'm completing it. And deploy to selection of options. What is the deployment? Deployment means traditionally whenever we have an application or whenever we have the platform, basically we install our platform over our hardware system, and over the platform we create building our applications, right? Now when coming to this Fusion application, it offers us multiple deployment options. Like it offers you to it offers you to have your Fusion application running on the cloud. When we say running on the cloud, it can be two types of the cloud. One is a public cloud, other one is a private cloud. What do you mean by the public cloud? Public cloud in sense, basically it's a shared resource, right? Think of you have WhatsApp. Your WhatsApp application is hosted on some server, right? But everyone using a WhatsApp, server is same, application is same, it's a shared application, but we are using in our phone, but seeing our data. But I cannot see your data, or you cannot see my data. Data is being secured, but application is being shared across all the applications basically. That kind of model is called a public cloud. Even here also, Oracle can install the Fusion applications in a public cloud, and every client can access the application, but with the necessary data security. So my company can see my data or my company data, but not other companies' data. That kind of model is a public cloud. It's the cheapest solution, cheapest way of maintaining it, because one maintenance for every organization. Private cloud instance, no, I don't want to have a shared component. Maybe I have to do some customizations, or maybe I need to modify my application for my need. In those cases, we cannot modify the application for your purpose alone, because it is being shared in the public cloud. In that case, you have to go with the private cloud. Your company data will be hosted, your company application will be hosted in a separate cloud instance only for you. Do you want to go with that? Absolutely, Oracle is offering the deployment option. Or go with the on-premise completely. Buy everything, buy all the Fusion application, and have your own network, own hardware, and deploy it there. So you can go with the on-premise application too. The problem is in the cloud application, on-premise, there's a version difference is there. I'll talk about that. Hybrid. Hybrid means maintain some components in the cloud and maintain some components in the on-premise. That's also possible. So all these deployment options are given by Oracle in the Fusion application. That made it even more popular. I'm going to talk more about these deployment options in my fifth slide. We're going to learn more about it actually. Okay. Now, coming back to the Fusion application architecture, how the architecture looks like, right? So next two slides will be heavy on technical components. Try to understand. It's not necessary that we need to know everything. Just try to understand how the architecture looks like. For any application, we have three things: the front-end user interface, application server, and database server, right? You can assume similar thing as well in the Fusion applications too. The first thing is the Oracle Fusion application product family. Second thing is the Fusion middleware. Third thing is the Oracle database, right? So any application perspective, if Oracle is offering most of the applications, right, they're all kind of a product families, right? And these product families will run on the Fusion middleware. And this Fusion middleware always uses Oracle database to run the Fusion product families, right? Fusion applications. And this Fusion middleware, apart from the Fusion application products, it can also contain the custom application products as well, because it is built on the open standards based platform. That's different thing, right? Now let's start with one by one. In the Fusion product family, what is it? Oracle offers a long list of product families. Example, it offers a human capital management, provides employee management for an organization. Our ERP cloud offers the broadest finance functionality on the market, along with the end-to-end finance and supply chain orchestrations, right? And it offers the supply chain management. It integrates and automates all the key supply chain processes from design, planning, and procurement to manufacturing and order fulfillment. It can give end-to-end solutions, right? So see, customer relationship management. It manages customers, contacts, and resources, including data quality configuration, right? So all this list of applications are part of Vision product families. In your organization, example, if you wanted to have an application to maintain your financial data or financial processes, go ahead and buy the Oracle ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning, which will help you to automate your financial processes or build your financial processes to meet the business needs, right? So we have a list of product families available across here, and all the product families shared three common things: something called adaptive intelligence applications. Adaptive intelligence application, basically what Oracle is doing, it is trying to get the artificial intelligence capabilities, machine learning capabilities into each and every of this application, right? Like example, let us say a digital assistant or a chatbot. Example, you are in the some HR is accessing the human capital management application. We can build a digital assistant saying that if the HR has any question or an employee has any question, they can ask in the chatbot, hey, how to apply a PTO. So Oracle comes up with the machine learning algorithms and artificial intelligence to respond that intelligently back to the end user. Or end user will say, hey, what is my PTO balance? Then typically that bot should be able to understand what is the phrase they asked and respond back saying that, yeah, your PTO balance is 45 hours. So those adaptive intelligence applications are also built on top of all these product families. And the FSM is functional setup manager will help you to do the project management activities to implement any of these applications. Also, it will help you to have one common platform to search any kind of task. Example, if you want to create a legal entity, right? You can go there and search for create legal entity. Then automatically the task will open. Click on the task, then go to that page. Basically, FSM will typically help you to do the enterprise crawl and search framework and as well as to manage the projects. Another thing, analytics, dashboards, key perform indicators, extensibility framework, nothing but Oracle also offer you the analytics reporting applications on top of all these product families. Example, every product families they come up with a pre-built reports, pre-built dashboards, out of the box dashboards, so that if you buy the if you buy the human capital management, then automatically you can able to run many reports. You could able to uh, 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 you could able to use many reports out of the box. Oracle will provide those reports to us. So all you need to do, you can run the reports and use it for your purpose. Those are analytics, dashboards, and key performance indicators. Extensibility framework. Extensibility framework means extending the Fusion application. They will offer you an application and you can personalize it, customize it. All those extensibility is also offered as part of the Fusion application product family. So these are all the Fusion product families which are offered as part of the Fusion applications. And each, for example, if it is human capital management or enterprise resource planning, again has a subset of the product families. Enterprise resource planning has a financial management, risk management, revenue management. Human capital management will have sub-product families. So every product will have its sub-product families. It's very vast product family. So example, if you go to docs.oracle.com, in this you can see the cloud applications, which are nothing but the SaaS applications. Cloud platform applications, nothing but the
PaaS applications, the platform as a service applications, and cloud infrastructure, nothing but infrastructure as a service applications. So if you go to the cloud applications, you can see what all the cloud applications are being offered. And if you see here, human capital management product family and its submodules, customer experience, the submodules, supply chain management, the submodules, you can see all the submodules here. If you go to cloud platform, you can see what are all the platform applications being offered out of the box. The application development, data management, business analytics, integration, content experience, and security. Similarly, if you go to cloud infrastructure, there you can see the infrastructure related applications, infrastructure as a service related applications, basically.
Fusion application families. Now, coming back to the middleware, the second, the middle layer, the important layer. The whole Fusion middleware is distributed into two things. One is the Fusion middleware infrastructure component for the Fusion applications. Second thing is Fusion middleware components. What is the infrastructure components for Fusion applications? What are the middleware components? So broadly categorizing, middleware infrastructure component for Fusion applications means what are the components you define in this section? They are used only for the Fusion applications product family. What are the product families we have seen here? To maintain those product families, Oracle will maintain a separate middleware infrastructure. So what are those? Example, user interface shell, Oracle Fusion middleware extensions for applications. Extending the applications. Example, you are personalizing the application, saying that, hey, I want to change look and feel to something else. Hey, I want to make this field read only, or I want to make this field uh, 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 I want to change the font of this specific field, or I want to change the properties of this field based on the value filled in other field. Some kind of user interface changes, right? Those kind of changes is recorded in this Fusion middleware extensions for the applications, which comes under the Fusion middleware components for Fusion applications. Additional flex fields. If anyone from the e-business suite, they will know what is a flex field. Flex field, nothing but it's like when we go with the product family, let us say if you take a finance application, if you go and create a ledger, right, a screen, that screen will come with the 15 or 30 fields. What if you want to have additional fields? Along with the 30 fields, you want to have additional fields so that your company specific data can be captured. Those things will be there in the additional flex fields, right? So these two things are comes under the middleware extensions, which are specifically used only in the Fusion applications. That's why it's come under that. And second thing, enterprise scheduler. As we are using the Oracle Fusion product family, every product has comes up with the many processes, many programs, many flows. And if you wanted to schedule any job, or if you wanted to run any job, or you wanted to process any job, there is a place where you could able to perform that activity, right? Like a screen where you can run the job or you can schedule a job. That is can be done in the Oracle Enterprise Scheduler, because all these jobs again comes as part of the Fusion applications product. All you can use the scheduler to run it, define it, and schedule it, right? So these things, it is again part of the Fusion application family. And third thing is Oracle Enterprise Crawl and Search Framework. So it's again, it's a framework, nothing but where you could able to search for any task across the application, right? Example, um, right? Example, let us say, if it is an application, I want to go and search. I want to say that what is HCM, or let us say I want to say that sign in, something like this. So basically what happens, it automatically search for some data, right? Similarly, in this case, in this case, enterprise calls H framework, how does it work is, example, in your application, there are many tasks like create user, create a role, or create a ledger, or update user. There are many tasks. So basically, if someone asks you, hey, go ahead and create the user, you don't know the navigation. You don't know which screen you have to go, which menu you have to go, from that menu, which sub-menu you have to go. You don't know the flow. In that case, what you can do, you can go to this enterprise call and search framework page, which comes in the functional setup manager. Go to that page and write the statement create user and enter. Then automatically what it will do, it will go into the application and look for each and every task being defined in the application, and whenever that keyword is matching, automatically the task will be displayed, and if you click on that task, automatically go to the respective application page. So it means it allows such functionality in every Oracle Fusion application product. It's not limited to one product. It will go and search each and every product, each and every product family, what is enabled in your instance, right? So these are all the components which are specific to the Fusion middleware, Fusion applications. That's why they are defined separately in the middleware as a Fusion middleware infrastructure component for Fusion applications. Next, what is a Fusion middleware components? These middleware components are being used not only for the Fusion applications, but also for any custom application that you define here. As I said, you can use Fusion platform to create your custom applications too. To create the custom applications, Oracle offers some Fusion middleware components here, right? Example, these are all the Fusion middleware components using which you could be able to create your own custom application. If you want to create a custom application, a Java custom application, create using application development framework and deploy it in the Oracle WebLogic server. Or you want to create a custom application to define to create a workflow. Then go to the Oracle SOA suite and BPM suite. Using the SOA suite and BPM suite, create an application and deploy it on a WebLogic server. Or you wanted to create an intranet site or external site. Then what you can do, use Oracle Web Center portal to create your internet sites and deploy it on the WebLogic server. It will run. And if you're creating external sites, or you are exposing your applications as a web service to the external world, then you can use HTTP server, Oracle WebGate, and Oracle Security Policy Manager to make your applications available to the public. Or if you wanted to enable the message like messaging applications, or a phone to dial applications, those kind of things use WebLogic communication service. So they have given a long list of applications using which you can use any of these platform components to develop your applications, custom applications, and deploy it in the Fusion platform, which will perfectly help you to maintain any kind of applications. This is another beauty of these Fusion middleware components. Now, all these components, sometime or later, they have to talk together, right? For that, there is something called Oracle Enterprise Manager Fusion Application Control, which will make sure that WebLogic server and middleware components are talking together. And not only that, it also makes sure WebLogic server and the Oracle middleware infrastructure component for Fusion applications are talking together. All these things will be managed by the Oracle Enterprise Manager. Okay, it is a Fusion middleware. The last component is a Oracle Fusion database schemas. There are two database schemas being offered in the Oracle Fusion products. That is the Oracle Fusion application schema and Oracle Fusion middleware schema. The simple thing is, if you wanted to maintain the Fusion product families, you should have the Fusion application schema. If you want to maintain the Fusion middleware products, middleware schemas, like your middleware applications or custom applications along with the middleware components, you have to go with Fission middleware schemas. So if you combine all these three things together, the Fission product families, Fission middleware, and the database, again all these things will talk together using the enterprise manager. Enterprise, these databases together talk using enterprise manager database control, and all these applications together maintained by the Oracle Manager Grid Cloud Control. So typically, mostly your enterprise, your company security administrator, if you have a varied list of applications distributed in the Fusion, maybe a DBA or your application administrator typically use OEM to monitor the applications, to manage the applications basically. Okay, so these are all the various components which are available in the Fusion application architecture. Now let's go further. Once we understand the architecture, once we understand what are the Fusion applications, let's go further and try to understand the cloud deployment options, right? So let me go to that diagram. Okay, so when I say cloud deployment options, you have the application, you have the middleware, where you can access it, how you can access it. So Fusion application, as I said at the beginning of the first slide, it offers you the various deployment options. So these three, public cloud, private cloud, on-premise, are the three popular deployment options. When I say public cloud, I was telling an example to you, like a WhatsApp. Your WhatsApp, let's say WhatsApp, Google has a WhatsApp example. So basically, WhatsApp application is residing here. So a employee or a person A, person B, person D, person E, all these 3, 4, 5 people access this WhatsApp application. But person A can see data of person A, B can see person B data, C, D, E, whatever. Right? So basically here what happening, same application is being shared by multiple people here. Similarly, your Oracle product, Oracle application, Oracle Fusion application is being shared by company A, company B, company C, company D, company A. They all share the same application, but company A can see the company A data only, B can see B data only, C can see C data only. The advantage of this, if any changes to be done, whoever maintains this data center, ideally in our case Oracle will maintain the data center. What Oracle will do, Oracle will upgrade that specific application only, so that everyone can see the changes. Or Oracle will go, if it need to maintain, basically Oracle can engage some network people and some security people so that they can monitor the data center continuously. It's a lot of cost cutting for Oracle, because Oracle, it's simple for Oracle to maintain the application, because one application can be shared by across all the people as long as data security policies are met. Second thing, if company A say that, hey, some of the processes which I'm using, I need to tweak it, I need to customize it, can you tweak it, can I tweak it? Then Oracle will have a constraint, no you cannot, because if you tweak it, it is going to impact everyone, we don't allow it. So customizations are not allowed in the public cloud. I mean, there are some, at a certain limit that is allowed, because there are some level of personalizations can be allowed. The major customizations are not allowed, right? Major things are not allowed, major changes are not allowed. Maybe company A will come and say that, hey, I have this data center, basically I want to deploy one more application on this data center so that I can see that application as well along my current application. Company Oracle say that you cannot deploy your custom application because it's shared by all these people. Again, you cannot do, right? That is the one, basically company will say that, oh, it looks like my customizations are increasing, or my custom applications are increasing, then I should go with a private cloud where I can have my own data center, where I can maintain my own application, which is not shared across the people. That is where you can go with the private cloud. Now, if Oracle want to, an example, company A will go out here. If Oracle want to apply the patch, they have to apply the shared data center here, and again they have to apply it here. So they all deployed some people to monitor this. They have deployed some other team to monitor this. Means Oracle cost will increase. Obviously, customer cost will increase. Right? Customer has to pay more. Right? And similarly, if you see data center on-premise, basically what you're saying, okay, I don't want to maintain in the cloud. Okay, I maintain in my on-premise. I have my own infrastructure team. I have my own DBA team. I have my own network team. I have everything. Just give me the application, I'll deploy it. So it is a data center on-premise, right? So these models are supported by Oracle, and also one more thing called hybrid, where typically you could able to manage applications in the cloud and on-premise too. So these three different models are offered by Oracle, and these three different models are in turn tell you there are three kinds of services in the market. So they are called software as a service. In the public cloud, Oracle maintains everything, right? That is called software as a service. Your application, your data, your runtime, your middleware, your operating system, your virtualization, your server, storage, networking, everything is managed by the vendor, that is Oracle. Right? Nothing will be in your hand. Means you cannot modify your application, you cannot customize your database, you cannot create your own tables, you cannot create your own views, you cannot do anything because everything is managed by the Oracle. But in a platform as a service, they give a platform, they give a private cloud, but they still maintain the networking, they still maintain the storage, they still maintain the operating system and middleware, but you can customize the application, you can customize your database, so you can have your own data. So basically application and data are maintained by you. Means if Oracle need to update the application or update the application, if they apply the patches, then if anything happens to your custom application, custom database, you are sole responsible because you are maintaining it. Oracle won't take the responsibility. They will take responsibility if anything happens to middleware or the physical infrastructure, but application and database level, it's your responsibility to manage because you are using the Oracle platform to manage your application data, right? So you are responsible for it. That is managed by me. In case of infrastructure as service, so what you will be doing, you will just buy the hardware. Maybe I want to maintain on-premise. For the on-premise, I want a hardware which is a capability to run my application. So you will just hardware from Oracle saying, hey, give me hardware, I will manage mine. So you buy the hardware, and or you buy the hardware in the on-premise, or you buy the hardware in the cloud, and you will maintain your middleware, operating system, application data, everything, right? So that is how these three models came into the picture. It is very, very popular models being used in any cloud applications. Since previously, before cloud application, everything used to manage by us, but later there are various mix and match combinations came up, and we can keep using them based on our needs. Actually, some people use that in a software as service, I will buy an application, okay, but if I wanted to let's say if I wanted to create a custom application which is not offered, example, let us say we have these are many applications, right? Human capital management, customer experience, supply chain management. Now as part of this application, maybe global human resources, HR resources there where you can create employee, you can do many things. Now you want to create your own custom application which is not offered as part of this Fusion applications. You want to create your own custom application, right? And in that case, what you can do, you cannot modify this, so you will keep it and you will go to the platform as a service. You go to PaaS. In the PaaS, what you will do, there are many Oracle Fusion Middleware offers many components, as I said, like application development framework, web center content, web center portal, or the SOA, or many things, right? So basically, like if you want to do the data integration, application development, enterprise integration, business analytics. So what you can do, you can choose one platform. Hey, I want to develop application development. So in that case, what you will do, apart from the application, what you will do, you will go and buy the platform. You go and buy the platform. In the platform, I wanted to create Java application. I wanted to create an integration. Then typically you will go and buy this specific service, application development service. You go and buy the specific application development service in the platform as service. You can buy it, right? When you buy it, basically so let's go to the pricing. And typically what you will do, you will buy this, buy now. When you buy now, then typically what does it mean? You are buying this application development service to do some application development actually, right? So once you're using application development, once you develop the application, what you can do, basically you can expose that application to the customers, or you can expose the application in your SaaS application. Let us say in my HR application, I will create a blank page and embed my Java application there, so that users can typically see the application and use the application. In India, they can do that, right? So this platform offers you a long list of capabilities where you could able to use the developer cloud, NoSQL cloud, Java cloud, integration cloud, process cloud. You can perform long list of activities. Another beauty of this PaaS applications is most of this PaaS application has a capability to interact with any of the SaaS applications, basically, right? So, and again, all your PaaS applications are managed by Oracle. Provisioning, auto scaling, patching, backup, everything is maintained by Oracle. Everything is managed by them. All you are buying a service and you're implementing the service for your business needs, basically, right? So these are long list of platform as service. You can buy the database. You can buy the database applications. You can buy the application development applications, integrations, business analytics to create the analytics dashboards, many other kinds of reports, basically, right? And content management, where you can create your microsites, internet sites, and extranet sites. Basically, you can do many more things using any of this content, right? And the last one is infrastructure as service. As I said, you can also buy infrastructure from Oracle. Using this infrastructure, what you can do, you could able to you can buy the infrastructure. Either you can use it in your on-premise, or you can use it in the cloud to maintain your. You can have your own middleware. No need to have the Fusion platform applications. Instead, you can have your own middleware components, and you can have your own custom applications on top of it. Or you can have you can buy this infrastructure, and you can on your own middleware, you can deploy your Fusion applications and you can run it. So we can go with various mix and match kind of options as SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS, and you can start using them actually.